What up friends, I am back for another side-by-side comparison video, and if this is your first time watching, all I have to say is good! You didn't see me miss a bunch of last hits on my latest video on that bot game, which is pretty much why I'm starting this video with a clip of me not missing any CS. Woohoo! Anyway, let's get to what matters. This time I'll be talking about lane swapping. It's a rather complex and extensive topic, so I'll be focusing on the standard swap this video first. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the strategy, let me break it down. Standard lane swapping is a strategy that consists of sending your top laner bottom to a 1v2 situation, while your duo laners go top. In solo queue, lane swapping is somewhat rare, and it does work quite differently from league to league. I've only witnessed decent lane swaps in Diamond League, and even then, there is always something that doesn't work quite well. Most people just think all it takes is to swap the laners around and stick with the same lane style. Not the case! The reasons why it would happen in solo queue may vary, really. Someone may want to practice 2v1 situations, or it may happen simply because the 2v2 lane is going to be really disadvantageous for one side. In competitive play, there are numerous reasons for this swap. The dual laners don't want to face the other bot lane because they'll get countered or they won't farm easily. A team's top laner doesn't require as much farm as his opponent. The enemy top laner needs to be shut down early. A team wants to invade the enemy top buff, so they require the number advantage, or even because they need some surprise element. Anyway, it all comes down to a team strategy. There may be more reasons to it, but these are the main ones. Since patch 4.1, a lot of teams chose not to swap because the bot turret is now the weakest of all three auto turrets, meaning it'll go down a lot faster. For that reason, if a team decides to send the dual laners top, they have to expect the bot turret to fall a lot faster than the top one. This may also lead to early dragon fights, which may snowball the game early on. However, if the swap is agreed upon by all members, then it needs to be played correctly. If a team decides to shut down the enemy top laner as hard as possible, then the best way to do it is to freeze from the get-go. The AD carry usually sits on the back farming, while the support, who is usually poke-based, zones out the enemy top laner from getting any farm or even XP. The dual laners may also decide to get the turret as fast as possible, in which case they may want to start pushing from level 1. With that being said, the standard way and arguably the best way to play as lane swap is by freezing the first two waves and denying the XP from the enemy top. If that is done correctly, the laners will have stacked 2 full waves of minions that they will then use to push down the top turret. And this is actually where it gets interesting, but let me go back to solo queue for just a little bit. For lane swaps to work, a team needs to have good communication level. You know, they need to actually discuss stuff with one another. How long has it been since you've seen that happen in solo queue? Exactly, doesn't happen that often. When it does, as soon as the dual laners reach the turret, they are left alone to do everything by themselves most of the times. The mid laner usually keeps farming mid, and the jungler tries to gank one of the lanes. However, since at this time the laners and junglers are usually level 3, you don't really see dives in solo queue because it may lead to someone dying to a turret. In competitive play though, the jungler has 2 main choices in this situation. As soon as the dual laners reach the turret and have the 2 level advantage, the jungler needs to go either bottom and help the solo laner with the 2v1 situation, or he needs to go top and snowball the duo harder by either diving and getting the kill and follow up turret, or just by making him go back and get the turret anyway. In these situations, the mid laner can either keep farming or follow up the jungler's play. For example, if a team is pushing 2v1 top and the jungler decides to help out, that is pretty much a 3v1 situation. However, if the enemy jungler is expected to be there, then the mid laner may want to follow up on the play and increase the odds of success with a 2v4 situation. If the enemy team expects you to swap lanes and they want to force the 2v2, they may send their dual laners top as well. So it's important that a team doesn't show their hand until the minions reach the lane and they get sight of their enemies. Also, usually the laners swap back to their original lanes when the top turret goes down, but they may do it sooner if the strategy isn't going according to plan and they don't want to risk losing dragon over it, for example. Just like last video, I prepared 2 images for you guys that you can see on your screen right now. On your left side you have the standard lane swap in solo queue and expected rotations, and on your right side you can see the amount of thought and plays that result out of preparation and communication. Once again, there is a big difference, and you can clearly see how different the game can get in these 2 scenarios and game styles. Swapping the dual laners to mid has several different uses and can result in an even bigger snowball effect. I'll probably be talking about this next video, so don't forget to check back next week, but this is going to be it for this week's video. If you still haven't subscribed to Machinima Realm, make sure you do, and I'd also really appreciate it if you guys could drop by and sub to my own channel as well. I'm planning on giving away a few skins soon, including the one and only PAX Twisted Fate once I get partnered with Twitch, so make sure to stay tuned. I promise I'll make it worth your while. Once again, if you want me to cover anything specific, feel free to let me know, and I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you next week. Peace out.